So I was dealt with a partially torn labrum last year during football season. You know, it's not like an injury where, you know, it only showed up at certain times. You know, I felt it every injury being the quarterback. You know, every play, every practice, every game, I felt it. You know, I knew I had to do something about it. I knew I had to get it fixed, and you know, I'm just so lucky that I found Alliance.
As Carson takes the hike, he's got Bucinich. Now watch the young man jump up, fully extended on about the 1 yard line, falls in for a touchdown.
Before I came here, I did try a couple other clinics. They're nowhere near the same as Alliance. You know, it just didn't feel like home. The people here, you know, they're like your second family. You know, and last spring I was here, you know, 3-4 times a week, training, recovering. You know, there's no place I'd rather be. So from day one, the first day that I came here, I was dealt with Alex. I loved Alex from the start. His personality is the best. He really knows what he's talking about, coming with physical therapy stuff. And you know, he knew my injury. He knew the sport. He knew the sport I was playing in. And you know, he really cared. You know, I think a lot of guys, when they're physical therapists, they just care about you in the office. But I think something that, you know, makes Alex stand out is, you know, he came to my state championship game at Rutgers. You know, I think that really separates him from everyone else.
So when Robbie first came to Alliance, he was in so much pain that he couldn't throw. Obviously that was because of the labrum tear, but we found that the way he threw didn't really help that. He was very arm heavy and didn't really use all of his body. So to die down some of his pain, we used a laser and a bunch of soft tissue techniques to get that better. We then tested his strength using our J-Tech PPT, got some strength balance in his shoulder. Once we got the strength back, the range back, he was pain-free. We started working on integrating all that into like rotational motor control, then put a ball in his hand and integrate it all together, and then just built up throwing from there.
Before coming to Alliance, you know, there were definitely a lot of challenges. You know, one of them being that I had to sit out. You know, I'm not really used to that. I've been playing 3 sports my whole life. You know, there's never really been an off season for me. You know, last year it really was the first off season. But you know, coming here, it didn't even feel like an off season. You know, I working out, you know, 3-4 times a week with Alex, you know, with Garrett. It was great. You know, there's really no place I'd rather be than here.
Carson is overcome with emotion after an incredible performance, and the celebration is on for the 13-0 Cardinals.
3 things that led, you know, our team Westwood to a state championship. Leading off's got to be trust. You know, trusting the play call, trusting the coach, trusting the guys that they be in the right spot. I mean, I don't even think we're in that game without that. The second thing is communication. You know, I think we were all on the same page. There was no, like, you know, one pointing a guy out. You know, everyone, you know, believed in each other. And the third thing I think is just love. You know, we were with each other from June to, you know, the start of December, and you know, we all loved each other. We knew we were part of something special, and you know, there's no other way we'd rather go out than, you know, 13-0 state champs.
Yeah, so the coolest thing about working with Robbie was I had the fortune of being at the state game. It is 3rd and a mile, 5 minutes left. He is at his own 1 yard line, so he has to drive his team 99 yards to tie the game to go to overtime. He makes a 30-yard throw to the sideline on 3rd down to move the chains, and then wound up throwing the game-tying touchdown and then the game-winning touchdown in overtime. So watching him in the summer not be able to throw, to then being in the field at Rutgers in the cold, throwing 3 insane passes within 5 minutes to win the game, to have a perfect season was awesome.
You can't. You can't. There's no words. No amount of words is going to express, you know, how happy I am right now. I know I seem calm right now, but I'm just in shock. You know, I'm just in utter shock. You know, you talk about it, you know, growing up, like, oh, you're going to win, you know, get a game-winning drive for the state championship. I mean, we actually just did that today. So, you know, we shocked a lot of people. No one on the sideline shocked. And, you know, I'm just so happy that we finished it off with a W.
Labrum tears are no joke, especially as a quarterback. You know, being that I use it every play. You know, we just try to not make it too complex. We just try to get right to the point, make it simple. You know, my shoulders got bigger, my legs got bigger. You know, I felt like, you know, even when I was working out upper body, I feel like my legs, you know, got bigger. I think just the working out and the commitment that I had, you know, coming here 3-4 times a week for, you know, 2.5 hours, you know, I think that led me to heights. Again, like I had no idea I was able to accomplish. Some of the things that I'd say to the viewers that, you know, are dealing with the same injury, it's just, you know that things are okay. And when you come to a place like Alliance, you know your injury will get okay. You know, some days will be longer than others. You know, some days, you know, you might not want to come here, but, you know, you trust them, you trust the guys that are working here, your injury will be fine, and, you know, again, like, you'll be better than what you were coming in before. I couldn't imagine myself being anywhere else. And, I look to spend the next however long I keep playing football, training here.